Luna lived in a village. Everything was gray. The houses were gray, the trees were gray. The streets, the gardens, and even the flowers were all shades of gray. It was as if the entire village was trapped in an old black and white photograph. Even the sky was gray. Luna wished for color. She would often look up at the sky hoping to see a hint of blue or a splash of sunset orange, but it was always the same dull gray. She dreamed of bright reds, sunny yellows, and sky blues. In her dreams, the world was a kaleidoscope of colors, with vibrant flowers, lush green trees, and a sky that changed hues with the time of day. One day, Luna was exploring the attic. The attic was a place of mystery, filled with old boxes, forgotten toys, and dusty books. Luna loved to spend her afternoons there, imagining stories about the items she found. She found a wooden chest. It was old and covered in cobwebs, but something about it caught her eye. It seemed to glow faintly, as if it held a secret waiting to be discovered. Inside, she saw a paintbrush. It was unlike any paintbrush she had ever seen. The handle was intricately carved with patterns that seemed to move and shift as she looked at them. It glowed with all the colors of the rainbow. The bristles shimmered with every color imaginable, and as she reached out to touch it, the colors seemed to dance and swirl around her fingers. Luna picked up the paintbrush. It felt almost alive in her hand, as if it was waiting for her to use it. It felt warm in her hand. The warmth spread through her fingers and up her arm, filling her with a sense of excitement and possibility. She had a feeling this was no ordinary paintbrush. There was something magical about it, something that made her believe it could change her world. This was a magic paintbrush. Luna's heart raced with anticipation. She couldn't wait to see what it could do.
Luna, a young girl with wide, curious eyes, opened a treasure chest in a dusty attic. The attic was her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the monotony of her grey world and let her imagination run wild. The treasure chest was overflowing with light, and a magical paintbrush rested on top. The light was so bright that it illuminated the entire attic, casting colourful shadows on the walls and filling Luna with a sense of wonder and hope.
Luna ran outside, her heart pounding with excitement. The sun was shining brightly and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. She felt like she could do anything today. She wanted to paint everything. The world was her canvas and she was ready to fill it with colors and dreams. She dipped the brush in the air, feeling a magical tingle in her fingertips. It was as if the paintbrush had a life of its own, guiding her hand. She swished it across the gray sky, her movements graceful and deliberate. The sky seemed to respond to her touch, eagerly awaiting the transformation. A streak of blue appeared. It was a vibrant, deep blue that seemed to breathe life into the dull gray sky. Next, Luna painted a flower. She chose her favorite colors, mixing them with care and precision. The flower came to life. It started as a simple stroke of the brush, but soon blossomed into a beautiful living flower. It had bright red petals and a big yellow smile. Luna was so happy. She felt a sense of accomplishment and joy that she had never felt before. She could finally bring color to her world. The once dull and lifeless surroundings were now bursting with vibrant hues. Luna spent the whole day painting. She painted the houses, the trees, and even the clouds. Each stroke of her brush brought more beauty and life to her village. The village was no longer gray. It was transforming before her eyes, becoming a place of wonder and magic. It was a beautiful rainbow of colors. Every corner of the village was now filled with the vibrant shades of the rainbow, making it look like a scene from a fairy tale.
Luna, beaming with delight, painted a field of flowers. She felt a deep connection with each flower, as if they were an extension of her own heart. The flowers were coming to life as she painted them, blooming in vibrant colors. Each petal seemed to dance in the sunlight, and the field was soon a sea of brilliant hues. Luna knew that she had found her true calling, and she couldn't wait to see what else she could create with her magical paintbrush.
Everyone loved the new colors. They laughed and danced in the streets. For the first time, they felt truly alive. Luna loved seeing everyone so happy. She knew she had to keep the magic paintbrush safe.
Villagers danced and celebrated amongst colorful houses and trees. Their faces were lit up with joy, but someone was watching Luna, someone who didn't like colors, someone who wanted the world to be gray. Luna wasn't alone. Her paintings were alive. They were her friends. Each stroke of her brush brought a new companion into her world, filling her days with joy and adventure. These friends were not just figments of her imagination, they were as real to her as the sun and the moon.
There was Sparkle, the rainbow butterfly. Sparkle's wings shimmered with every color imaginable, and she could light up the darkest corners of Luna's world with her radiant glow. She was always there to lift Luna's spirits and guide her through the toughest times.
Whimsy, the fluffy pink cloud. Whimsy was a bundle of joy, always floating around with a carefree attitude. She could change shapes and sizes, making her the perfect playmate for Luna. Whether it was a rainy day or a sunny afternoon, Whimsy knew how to make Luna laugh.
And Splash, the playful bluefish. Splash loved to jump out of the water and create little rainbows with his splashes. He was the adventurous one, always encouraging Luna to explore new places and try new things. His energy was infectious, and he could turn any ordinary day into an extraordinary adventure.
Don't worry, we'll stop the sorcerer together. Luna's friends were always ready to stand by her side, no matter the challenge. They knew that the sorcerer was powerful, but they believed in the strength of their friendship and the magic of Luna's paintbrush.
Sparkle flapped her wings, creating a shower of colorful sparks. These sparks were not just beautiful, they had the power to weaken the sorcerer's dark magic. Each spark was a symbol of hope and courage, lighting up the path for Luna and her friends. Whimsy made funny faces, making everyone laugh. Her laughter was contagious, and it filled the air with a sense of joy and lightness. Even in the face of danger, Whimsy knew how to keep everyone's spirits high. Splash splashed water on the sorcerer, making him even grumpier. The water had a magical quality, and it disrupted the sorcerer's concentration, making it harder for him to cast his spells. Splash's playful nature was his greatest weapon against the sorcerer's gloom.
I'll turn you all gray. The sorcerer's voice was filled with malice as he threatened to drain the color and life from Luna's world. His gray magic was powerful, but Luna and her friends were determined to fight back.
The sorcerer was outnumbered. Luna's friends surrounded him, their vibrant colors contrasting sharply with his dull gray aura. They were a united front, ready to protect their world at any cost, but he had a plan. The sorcerer was cunning and always had a trick up his sleeve. He knew that to defeat Luna, he had to target her directly. He shot a beam of gray energy at Luna. The beam was fast and powerful, aimed straight at her heart. It was a direct attack on her creativity and spirit. Luna quickly raised the magic paintbrush. She knew that her paintbrush was not just a tool for creating art, it was a powerful weapon against the sorcerer's darkness. The brush glowed, protecting her. A magical force field surrounded Luna, deflecting the sorcerer's gray energy. The glow of the paintbrush was a testament to the strength of Luna's creativity and the power of her friendship with Sparkle, Whimsy, and Splash. The sorcerer realized he couldn't beat Luna's magic, so he tricked her. He pretended to surrender. Luna was suspicious, but she wanted to believe him. The sorcerer flew closer. Suddenly he grabbed the paintbrush. He cackled, flying away on his bat. Luna was devastated. Without the paintbrush, the colors would fade. The village would be gray again.
We have to get it back!
Luna and her friends chased after the sorcerer. He was too fast. He was getting away. Luna looked at Sparkle, Whimsy, and Splash. She knew what to do. Sparkle flapped her wings, creating a shimmering rainbow bridge across the sky. Whimsy pushed Luna and Splash onto the bridge. Luna and her friends raced across the rainbow bridge. They were gaining on the sorcerer. He was trapped. The sorcerer was cornered. He raised his staff. Luna knew she had to act fast. She closed her eyes and imagined the brightest, most colorful explosion ever. She opened her eyes and pointed the paintbrush. A burst of colors erupted from the brush, engulfing the sorcerer in a kaleidoscope of light. The sorcerer screamed. The colors were too much for him. He dropped the paintbrush and disappeared in a puff of gray smoke. The magic paintbrush fell back into Luna's hands. Luna was victorious. She wasted no time. She quickly repainted everything the sorcerer had turned gray. The village was colorful once again. The villagers cheered. They were safe thanks to Luna and her friends. Luna learned a valuable lesson that day. She learned that even the smallest person can make a big difference with courage and imagination. From that day on, Luna continued to paint. She painted the world with kindness, joy and friendship. She taught everyone the power of imagination, and so the world was no longer a dull and dreary place. It was a world bursting with color, just like Luna's heart.